Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and this is the daily scan for Monday, July 14th, 2014. Okay, not shown here, but last Friday was the Treasury budget report, and surprisingly, I guess, we actually showed a surplus of like $70 billion, I think it was, and I guess an input into the government from a dollars and cents perspective. The deficit so far this year is around $3.5 billion, which is a far cry from the trillion that we were running in past years, but we're still kind of on track to come close to that, since that was just for June, so we're half a year. So $3.5 billion. Yeah, we could go as far as 700 billion. So anyway, I guess that's good. For today we have no announcements, and the rest of the week looks kind of busy right into Friday, which we sort of quiet for Friday, but a big day on Thursday, and lots of earnings this week. And Auntie Yellen is going to be talking a lot this week, so there should be some hot air out there from the Fed. Okay, and there's a very interesting video, which I got a lot to cover today, so we'll cover that some other day this week, but there's something on YouTube that I think you might be interested in taking a look at. Alright, let's go jump over here and see what's happening overseas. Asia was mostly bullish. Even the bearish exchanges were barely bearish, and in Europe we are almost bullish across the board, with the exception of the FTSE Men in Black here. Okay, and that should be it for that. Here is the results from last week. Now, for you guys that follow me on Twitter, I've been trying my best to tweet a trade as soon as possible after it happens. I'm not a Twitter follower myself. I just think that some of the social media stuff just overwhelms people, and they pay more attention to that than practically to anything else. But I do try to tweet these things out in case somebody might be trying to emulate what I'm doing. And late Friday I tweeted that I'm closing everything, and that's what I did. And here's the results for the week. Alright, the first one here, why is that bold? Anyway, that's TLT, unbold that. And I closed that one out, even though it was relatively safe. Still closed it out, collected 15 cents for it, and closed it, bought it back for 4. Here's LinkedIn. A winner again on LinkedIn. Been loving them. That's the one that has done the best for me this year. This is Chipotle, which is a 50 delta that we pulled out of, or I pulled out of, I shouldn't say we. And this is, I think that expiration July 4, I think that's wrong. This was a loser, SPX 20 delta. CELG was a winner. That one was near, I mean, that was going to expire anyway. AMZN was a 20 delta with a July 4 expiration, and Russell was a slight loser with the July 4 expiration. I was just Friday, I was like, oh man, I just don't want to hold it over the weekend with all the stuff that's going on. So rather than be sorry, I thought I'd be safe and take all the money off the table with the exception of, and this is up there on my downloads page, so if I added this over here, I'll keep track of each month over here rather than try to spread it out here horizontally. Throw it in here vertically so you'll always see it, that those columns over there are locked, so they'll always be there. Alright, so what are we looking like over here? Well, we have Chipotle left. Couldn't get it to close. Otherwise, I won't let that distract us. Otherwise, that's it. We're flat. We're all cash, as they say. Okay, so the futures here actually are looking pretty nice. Russell was the one that I was concerned about because it was overreacting, as it usually does, because it's small caps. And it's usually a leading indicator. But here you can see how much more it reacts than the rest of the market. And we're looking at the open here up maybe a whole percentage point, which, you know, as I mentioned in the past, anything more than 0.5% is big moves. Gold is down 15.40 over the weekend, and oil is down 43 cents, and I bought gas on Friday. So I filled up gas cans and a pickup truck, which is a gas hog. So we're okay there. So really all we have left is to go through the A+ list. And a couple of things that I wanted to let you know as I was doing my analysis over the weekend. Oh, and before that, Thinkorswim came out with a new release upgrade to the platform over the weekend. And again, the changes that they made, I really have no interest in any of them for what we do here. So I still would wish that they just had a basic platform that just had what I want to use and nothing else. But occasionally I do play around with some of the other features, but for the most part I just stick with this. Okay, now in my analysis, even though I recently started playing TLT, I was looking at the profit versus the expense, I guess you might say, the profit versus expense. And because you have to do so many of these at a 20 delta, it was just killing me, even though I'm paying $1.25. So if you do, let's say that I've been doing 10 of these contracts. So round trip, meaning selling to open and buying to close, all 20 contracts. That's $50 right there. So if you make 100, if I had that spreadsheet up yet, if you make 100 and it costs you $50, that's not so good. So I'm taking TLT off the A+ list, and this will, it's going to help us get through it a little bit quicker. Who knows, it may come back again sometime in the future, but my when I look at my profit and loss by option, TLT looks pretty good, but I went through and I looked at how much it was costing me in commissions and fees, because there's a couple pennies thrown on there for exchange fees too. It was just too much, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So goodbye to TLT. I did hit the delete key, but it doesn't want to delete. There we go. Okay, so they are gone. I am also removing CVX, which I have not made any money on. And I don't have anything to replace it. Go away. Oh man, thanks for the new release, you guys. I don't want to send a report. Come on. Just want to get rid of this thing. All right, I'm gonna have to reboot. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I rebooted. Hopefully, we're gonna be okay now. So CVX is gone, and I'm taking 3M out. And I don't have anything to replace them. I was looking at maybe Intuitive Surgical ISRG, which I used to trade all the time, but I was looking at we're talking about dollars in the spread between the bid and the ask, and that was at the money strikes, and open interest was very thin. So let's stick with these. Actually, we have plenty of probabilities and possibilities with this list that we have right now. So I'll stick with it for now and see how it works out for us. And the CVXs and the 3Ms of the world never really made any money on. I think I probably, like lose one, win one. So if it's not working out for me, a particular underlying, whether it's me or the underlying, I just get rid of it and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so we're really not into anything except Chipotle. Let's take a look at Chipotle. Okay, we're sitting here with a 20 delta down here at 560. So we're looking okay with that. We could put a we could condorize this, could we not? This might be, well, let's see, we got earnings coming up. I'm not going to throw any more money into that. So that's the big thing also, is that right now we're in earnings season. And probably more index kind of a person right now than a regular equity type of a situation. So let's take a look at Apple. Apple has earnings next week. We got a little hook here on Friday. Friday was kind of a good day for the market due to that budget report. But this hook is not quite down there to qualify us for a 50 delta. Maybe a 20 delta for this week. So let me think about that one. I'll take a look at it today. I'll put it on the list. And that would be for this week. And let's do an example on that. For this week's expiration, July, regular, standard, little old expiration, we'd be looking for a 20 delta here. Here, 95 is as close as we can get. Ooh. Maybe that's not, I'm taking that off. That's not a good one for this week. That's a little bit too tight. That's almost a 50 delta. And if we were to go to, here's a strange thing. If we went here, oh, we got all these goofy strikes. That's right. Oh man, if we went into next week, we could get a lot closer, and that would be at 91. So that's a whole 91 is something that's definitely, I could stomach a little bit better and maybe get out by the end of this week. So I'll leave it on there and just pick the right week for that 20 delta. Alright, Amazon, by the way, Apple historically, if I remember right, and I'm not going to go back in the charts to check this, but if I remember right, has historically always, prices always gone up into earnings And then when earnings comes out, who knows what it's going to do. Alright, here is Amazon, and we were in a 20 delta that we got out of last week. So in theory I should shorten this, but then it gets confusing, because then you think, well, it expired this Friday, so you did good. No, it was supposed to expire way out here. I don't know what to do about those, but we're out of it at this point, so that's not anything active. So do we see anything here? Well, we missed a 50 delta for sure, but we weren't trading on Friday. And that was just one day we had a little bit of a twitch here, which kept us out. So that's alright. That's not a big deal. We got earnings coming up on that, but there's nothing for us right now on that one. BIDU, yes, we have an alertable situation here on BIDU. We're in an uptrend, uptrend. We're just green everywhere on BIDU right now, including the 50. So, it's going, we're going to throw an alert on this above the high from Friday. And there we go. Alright, trying to move a little bit faster. Let's see, CELG, we were in. So we made some nice bucks off of that one, so now we're waiting for the next one. Let's activate this one over here and drag it over. Okay, maybe we'll get another opportunity before their earnings. Chipotle, we are in. We kind of took a peek at that before. We're good to go on that. We'll wait for possibly another opportunity, but we have earnings coming up, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. Costco did not have a good day Friday, and we're waiting for Costco to come down here. I don't see earnings anywhere out here soon. So we're going to wait for that one to develop a little bit. Let's take a look at the Dow. Did recover a little bit, but at least it looks like it may have hit a bottom for this recent flag here. We'll see how that one works out. Gold. Okay, gold. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to look pretty today. I think we're going to have a little bit of a gap down on gold today. Google. Here was our iron Condor, and we actually finished up profitable on that. So I don't know what the prices were down here because they're gone now, but that would have been a profitable trade, believe it or not. I would never have done it, but it was just kind of fun to take a look at it. So I didn't put down, I think it was like a couple bucks, pretty close to, like over $1.50, I think, was this iron Condor. So that would have worked out. I would not, I mean, that would have been a pretty nervous trade, I would say. But anyway, here we are in an alertable situation. So I'm going to throw an alert over here. Come on. Alright, LinkedIn, our little darling. Let's just stick here on the monitor page. LinkedIn, we just don't know what this sucker is doing. It doesn't look like as though I would want to take any sort of bullish position on LinkedIn right now, or like for the last year. So we're looking at, see if we can get news to pop up here. There's our news. So we're definitely not looking for any sort of a bullish trade here. Our next opportunity would be, I'm thinking here, that's why I'm a little bit slow with the mouse, up here. Okay, NDX, what would we like to do with NDX? This is day 2 of this. I'm going to wait for the next one. I will wait for the next one. This is a little bit kind of stretchy for me. It may just continue up, but I would much rather have, entered early on Friday, at least somewhere in, like here in the first hour or two of trading. So we're taking a pass on that. Netflix. Yeah, come on, Netflix. Oh no, don't tell me. Netflix. Go away. and then it doesn't even display. It's like, I don't know how to get this thing to do its thing. It wants me to restart. So we're at Netflix. Hang on, folks. They're going to be getting an email from me as soon as I'm done here. I don't have time to mess around with this morning. Oh, jeez. I don't believe it. Alright, they're getting an email from me. I'm just going to have to terminate this. You guys are going to have to finish out the list yourself, and that's going to be it for today. Click, 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 click all over this stupid thing. Send report. Yeah, I guess I'll send the report. That's like the 4th one I sent this morning. Java utility empty stack exception. Whatever that means, I have no idea. An empty stack. Yeah, I guess that would be a problem. Okay, so that's it for today. I apologize for Thinkorswim. I wish they would just leave it alone. Once it gets stable, just leave the dang thing alone, will you? Alright. Have a great day and happy trading. Hopefully you can trade. See ya. Bye.